I'm Jo Hedwig Theeuwse, also known as the Fake History Hunter. Checking out the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 gameplay showcase. If you're new to my channel, I am a historian obsessed with daily life in medieval Europe, and I am the Fake History Hunter. That means that I will look at things and see if I can find anything that's not quite historically accurate, which can be quite annoying. Yes, I will be looking at the tiniest details. So you've been warned. The footage you're watching was released by Warhorse today, and I'll leave a link in the description. Well, one thing that's clear from the beginning is that the graphics are very impressive, and that Henry, of course, looks handsome as always. Henry first visits a tavern, which is quite nice. The clothes look pretty decent. There are lots of colors, which is important. Medieval Europe, people really liked colors. They weren't all wearing drab rags, brown and grey sort of clothes. They loved colors. And the weather is nice, the sun is shining. This is, there's no blue filter like you see in so many Hollywood movies. It's so annoying. Things could look nice in medieval Europe. Yes, really. So that's pretty good. But when we go around the back of this building, just a few meters from where people are trying to enjoy their drink and having a chat, there is this massive field of muck. This is feces, manure. There's a few pigs running around. This is going to stink a lot. This is going to ruin your customer's experience if this is your tavern. This is a bit weird. Why is this so close to the building? Why would you want this there? There's a few pigs walking around, which is fine, but seriously, would you want this next to the place where you're having your drink? By the way, did you notice those clothes hanging from a clothesline? Are those clothes pegs? Did they use those back in 1403? I don't think so. I haven't found any evidence for it. It's one of those details that I noticed and then started wondering about. I told you I was going to be annoying. I'm already looking forward to riding my horse through the countryside of this game. It was already fantastic in the first game. Just look at the beautiful environment and those little medieval villages that you ride through as life goes on. It's really nice to do. One of the things I'm most excited about for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is visiting Kuttenberg. Just look at this amazing city appearing on the horizon. It's going to be so big. There's going to be so much to see. One of the first things I noticed in Kuttenberg is that there is a lot of mud and a lot of muck. There's horse feces and mess everywhere, which is a bit odd. This is a rich city, a very important city, and medieval cities cared a lot about their reputation, about what people thought if they visited. They wanted to appear clean and well organized, so the squares, for instance, would be clean. There would be strict rules about what you could throw away and where. There were gutters like this one in the middle of the street. They were meant for drainage, to get rid of the water from the rain, and not for people to empty their chamber pots in. That's a bit of a stereotype you can see in many movies, but that wasn't really happening a lot. So it's a bit of a shame to see all this filth. Why is that? This is a rich, important town. They would have strict rules and laws about keeping everything clean and keeping pollution away from drinking water sources. But don't misunderstand me. Things, of course, went wrong in cities like these. There were often problems with pollution and drainage. But this is a bit much. It almost looks like the entire city is a bit of a slum instead of a rich, important city that was prospering. Now, this I like a lot, a beautiful bathhouse. A lot of people still seem to think that medieval folks rarely washed or bathed, but that's not true. Medieval people washed daily, and they bathed once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week. They loved visiting the bathhouse. This was a communal thing. You went with your entire family, you'd meet your neighbors there, you'd have a wash, a bath, you enjoy a meal, a chat, you'd gossip. And this is often the first place that travelers and visitors to a new city would go to catch up on the latest news, but also to relax and get clean. It's a bit of a shame to see that prostitution is on the menu here, because the idea that medieval bathhouses were also brothels is a bit of a misconception. You'd go to a bathhouse, you'd bring your kids, you'd meet your neighbors, you'd chat. That's not the place where you'd want prostitutes to do their work. So many bathhouses would not even allow prostitutes to use the facilities. But in Kingdom Come 1, and probably in this game as well, most bathhouses will provide that service, which is a bit of a shame. I like the houses. It's nice to see houses that are not dirty and covered in filth and grey and boring, but brightly painted houses with lots of decorations are really quite pretty. Something you see in a lot of games, but also television series and films, are torches being used as a sort of semi permanent light, like you see here. That's really impractical because they only burn for about 40 minutes, maybe an hour if you're lucky. So you'd have to keep replacing them all the time. So this is a bit weird. You'd use a torch if you needed a light and walk somewhere quickly, but not as a permanent sort of fixture. Instead of torches, people would use lanterns, candles, oil lamps, rushlights, that sort of thing. Candles would remain pretty expensive for quite a few more centuries, so I wouldn't expect to see a lot of them, but oil lamps are perfect. Also, look at how wonderfully decorated this shop is. Look at the walls, all painted, lots of colours. This is nice. Anyway, having said all that, I can't wait to play this game. It looks amazing. There's always going to be a few things that aren't quite right. You can't make a game historically accurate. It's just impossible to do. And this game is probably going to look a lot more authentic and better than most games and film and television shows that we have. And I'm just delighted to see something that shows the Middle Ages as not being just dirty and filthy and grey and blue, uh, like the image that we get from Hollywood. So I look forward to the game. I will totally review it, even though I may need a new computer for it. See you next time.